So for today, we're doing that group of odds found in the lesson, starting with number 37. And hopefully, this will really nail it for you. Starting with number 37. All right. If you notice there on the bottom of page 17, that's where it starts. It gives you the guide to follow the formulas on page 17. And that is distance is rate times time. And whatever you have, you can use it to solve for the other item. We learned perimeter is 2 of the lengths added to 2 of the widths. We learned area is equal to length times width, or if it's a square, area is equal to side square. And that's for squares. Since all the sides are the same, you can just take one of the sides and multiply it by itself. And the last thing we learned is cost. Cost is equivalent to the count of the items multiplied by the price. I'm writing it a little bit differently, but you get the idea. Now, the cost thing can be used for a lot of different scenarios. It might be useful for, say, figuring out how much money you earn, and so on. There's a lot of different ways you can use this. But we're going to start with number 37, and I'd like you guys to take a look at it really quick. Number 37 at the bottom of page 17. I drove 3 hours at R miles per hour. What kind of an equation am I going to use? What kind of formula? Thank you, Jay. Distance equals rate times time. Are you guys with me over here? So what do we know? Do we know rate, do we know distance, or do we know time? According to number 37. Lee, go ahead. She said we know time. Time equals 3. They do tell us that R is just equivalent to a variable, right? We don't know, but we do know that. So distance is equivalent to rate times time, which is 3R. 3R is the best answer you can give. You do not have any more information with which to explain anything. Okay? 39. Pencils cost P cents each. How much will 5 of them cost? Lizzie, which formula are you going to use? Cost. Cost is equal to the count of the items multiplied by how much each item is. What data do they give us? Jay, what data do they give us?
They say that they tell us how many pencils you buy, and that's 5.
Yep, they give us a count, which is 5, and they give a cost of a variable P, which means we don't know what it is. It looks like the same exact scenario as the one above, doesn't it? So cost is equivalent to count times price, right? So 5P. Does that seem like a fair answer? Good. You guys are doing fantastic. 41, bottom of the page. Sketch a rectangle, please. Sketch a rectangle. Mine always look the same, don't they? Having L as length and width as 5. What's the area? What's the area? Lizzie, what do you think the area is? Area, I'm sorry? Well, what's the formula for area? Why don't you give me that one? Good. If area is length times width, and length simply is equal to length, and width simply is equal to 5, then area is equal to 5L. Notice you always put the number in front of the variable. If there's ever a number and a variable, don't write L5. Okay, don't write that. You'll look in the back of the book at an odd and you'll be confused. All right, folks, I'm rounding the corner here at number 43, which is the top of page 18. This is the hardest one we have today. 43 says, pencils cost P cents each and notebooks cost N cents each. How much will 3 pencils and 2 notebooks cost? So it looks like we're looking for the cost of pencils, whatever that dealie is, plus notebooks. Agree or disagree? Okay, the cost formula is going to be the count multiplied by the price, right? Okay, how many pencils do we have? Tell me how many pencils we want. 3. And what is their cost for each one? P. And how many notebooks do we want? 2. And what is their cost each? N. So your answer is 3P plus 2N. That variable phrase explains what you've just uncovered.